Good afternoon, everybody. DJ Styles. Okay, I'm kind of going back to the drawing board. I listen and I pay attention to the critics. Like I said, I'm new to this business. This is my first real attempt at a Myers mask. I did do one other one, but I only spent like 30 hours on it. This is 7 months of work doing this. And this is not an easy task. This mask is very difficult. The sculpture, this William Shatner, Michael Myers mask is a very difficult mask to do. Very difficult. I'm right now, I'm just kind of like, I'm listening to different people say what they say, and I have nothing, I don't care whether you criticize it, but I only listen to constructive criticism. I really don't pay attention to the haters out there. I don't really care what they have to say. I'm too old for that nonsense. I've seen too much, done too much, and I'm looking to do this business as a retirement business. So let's get to the mask. All right, now my thing is, I don't want to replicate somebody's work to an exact copy of somebody else's mask. I don't want to do that. That's disrespectful to other mask makers that have been doing it for many years. And my buddy Nick Malpagano, love you, man. You're right on target. I love your 13 mask. I mean, it is absolutely spot on. There probably is not a better cover mask out there of the Halloween, was it 4? Yeah, Halloween 4 cover mask. 4 and 5, same thing. But anyway, Nick, man, you nailed that piece to a T. I do not want to copy your work or anybody else's for that matter. But what I do is I look at all these different versions of the mask and I use different things for inspiration for each one. And then I have my own little twist to the mask. Now this one here, I just started looking at the Ken Hartland mask. That's the Ken Hartland mask, and anybody that knows Michael Myers knows what this is. So, and what I'm taking from this is, believe it or not, the lips. I'm going to try and replicate these lips. Not quite. Mine are a little bit more narrower than his. And right here, you see the little bit of shadowing that's right on the side cheek. And not this. I'm not talking about the deep cut. I'm talking about this little bit of shadowing right here. Well, I did that to this, and I'm smoothing it out right now. It's still not done. But if you look, you'll see that I put, it's hard to see with this light. There we go. You can see there's a little bit of a concaveness, and it blends, it goes right into the jawline. It goes right into here, and it's going to scoop up a little bit right underneath, right over top of this. Anyway, my point is, I'm taking little bits and pieces of other masks, including my own take on, everybody said the eye cuts were a little too big. I have shrunk them down. They're smaller now on the sculpture. I have changed the eyebrows. I never liked, I had it right the first time when I was doing the eyebrows. I didn't have it refined, but what I did have was an accurate eyebrow. I'm going to shorten this just by like maybe a 1/16 to an 1/8 inch, probably like about that much right there. That's where I'm going to shorten that to, this tip. I'm going to take that back to about there. And I put a more downward evil in the eyebrow and then bring it up just a little bit. I did have it that way at one point, and then I saw my buddy Nick, and I thought, I don't want to duplicate something he's already done. I don't want to do that. That's just being respectful. But I'm going back to this feel because the original that I sculpted. Hold on, I got my phone plugged in, my battery died. See, that's my sculpture, and you see how just squared off that is? It's just too straight, too perfect. Yeah, you guys, if you like the mask, good, get it, because they're all going to be different, trust me. But what I've done was, you see how narrow this nose is, and see how close the eyebrows start? Well, I spread them out now. They're further apart here on the sculpture. I had to sculpt in this area a little bit better, and I put a wider V in between where the nose, the bridge of the nose, and I widened the nose a little bit where that one is very narrow, and just it's good, but it's, you know, like I said, I'm trying to really do the best job I can and give you guys a real nice piece. I have no ego, so there's no point in trying to offend me. I don't really care. I've been doing this for 1 year total in this business, where I attempted something earlier that was horrendous and knew it. And I had to wait until October of last year to actually start the sculpture, because I rushed the first one because of my work schedule. I was working insanely, the amount of hours that I was working. Even through COVID, I worked a lot. I thought I was going to be off, but that wasn't what the case was. So with that being said, I'm this year, right now, this summer, I got an easy summer. So I'm working on the sculpture. I'm going to refine this sculpture to perfection. I really want it right. I want it close. Like, I think these crevices right now are a little too deep. I have to smooth them out more. This here has to be a little bit more it's too prominent. You can see that too much. So I'm going to cut this back. I'm going to leave the lips the same width. Some would say they're too narrow. I know that this was too high at one point. I had this way too high on the original sculpture. Look at those lips. They're just way too high. You know, I started looking at different pictures. I seen different things, and I'm going, you know what? I like this better. And not to say it was wrong or if it's right. I'm just simply saying that I'm not trying to replicate somebody's mask. I'm not trying to do that mask. And I'll tell you, the difference between this mask and mine is significant. Like the distance between the top of the eye cut to the distance of the eyebrow. Mine are very narrow, very close to the eyebrow, which causes it gives you a nice effect with shadowing. That's done on purpose. I see these. You see how much further apart they are from the eye cuts to the eyebrows. These are the little things that, don't think I don't notice them. I know they're there, and I don't care, because I'm trying to do my own version of this mask. Like I said, I don't want to try and replicate. I mean, there's only so many ways you can make Michael Myers. You can do the exact mask from the original, or you can make your version. You know what I mean? I really think that, you know, Michael Myers is an open book. I even gotten perspective from, do you remember on the, there was a, what was it? I think it was H2O. They showed a clip of Michael Myers. It was a new kid being Michael Myers as a little kid, and they had this like old family video of it, and it was a still shot of him up against the side of the house, and he had the black eyes, man. He had that look. Well, I used those eyes in that photograph. I actually shared it on Michael Myers collectors, mask collect. You know, anyway, I shared it on there, and I, like I said, I used different things to try and be a little more original with the mask. I want it to be an original sculpture. You're not getting a rendition of somebody else's work. You're not getting, I don't want to do that. It's just, it's not professional. I think it isn't. I mean, others would say, well, I love the way you did your mask, and I'm going to make a copy just like it. Well, great. That's, I respect that. And I'm honored if somebody's actually copying my work. It would be an honor, right? I haven't been in this business long enough to get that kind of honor, you know. So, but like I said, I'm humble. I like the criticism. Be honest. That's all I ask. Be honest. You know, don't just be a hater, you know, because all I see in that is somebody else that's trying to produce a mask and doesn't like the competition or something. I don't know. I'm only guessing, you know, but what I'm saying is anybody out there that's just hating on something with no real guidance, your criticism means very little. You know, I'd rather have constructive criticism. If there's something there that you see that could be better, you know, and I love it when other artists chime in and say, look, I make this mask, and then I go to their site and they got this banging mask, and it makes you want to go, huh, why am I doing this? So with that being said, you know, I love all your criticism. I do, but try to be constructive, and most importantly, be honest. You know what I mean? I don't really care. You know, if you love it, great. If you don't, that's great too. But let me know what it is that you don't like about it. That's the best way to approach it. I mean, we're all trying to make this mask and trying to give it our best, because this is a very, very difficult mask. I don't care what anybody says. You can watch all the videos in the world, but it still comes down to the art that's within you that will produce a perfect mask, or your rendition of a perfect mask. And just because mine looks better or yours looks better doesn't make it better. It's I don't know. That's wrong too, because the collectors out there, they're real choosy about what they're buying. So, and I respect that. If they really like something, they're going to buy it. If they don't, they don't. These masks there's a lot of time invested when you're sculpting these masks. This sculpture took me so far 7 months, and now I'm refining it again. So I'm probably going to spend another 2 months on this before I get it where I want it. And I'm going to try to really get more pictures so I can be, you know, if I can see enough pictures where I just really feel like I can't do any more to it, then I will cast this in stone and we'll call it done, because I don't want to spend the rest of my life. There's guys out there that keep making the Michael Myers mask and keep on making it. And I don't want to be that. I'm kind of like, okay, I want to get this done, move on to the 2018 version from this sculpture, and then I'm going to do the 2021 Halloween Kills. I don't know what Halloween Ends is going to be. It's liable to go back to the original, so I don't have to do anything. But I'm going to do the 2018 and the Halloween Kills from this sculpture, though, not from. I'm not going to copy. I have a Trick or Treat Studios here. I mean, I love the mask. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to make this 2018 out of this sculpture. And it'll be different. Yes, it's not going to be exactly what that movie mask was. I don't want it that. I want to try and make the original mask and be original with it, and then see what happens. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. I don't really care at this point. I just think that artists need to do their original spin on something. And my original take on this, I'll tell you what I think is my original take. One, I did the stretch mask. You can tell by the way the chin is. All right, I'm narrowing in here, bringing this a little bit more narrower. I had it wider where it was a little bit, it wasn't, I don't know. And I didn't have it refined into the lips as well as I did before. So I made those changes. And this is something that's going to be unique to my mask right here. The style of the lips. The nose as well. All right, that's pretty much my own, because I made it more like a real nose. You know, it's got the little underneath cut. It's rounded up underneath of this. Made it very realistic, the nose. And the eye cuts are definitely unique. They're on their own. All right. I did narrow them because I did get a lot of people saying they didn't like the fact that they were too big, too big. You know, they don't look too bad on that mask. I mean, they really don't. They're bigger. Don't get me wrong, they're bigger, but it does give a very evil look to it. And when the mask is on somebody, it definitely changes the way it looks. So, with that being said, I've narrowed the eyes. These eyes are actually, you see where this, I have to fill this in just a little bit more. But this is where the eye cut went all the way out to here. You know, probably a good 1/8 inch shorter to the distance from here to here now. Is a good 1/8 inch that I added to this side. Same with this side. This has a little bit narrower too. So it's pretty much on it. And what I did was I took, let me see if I can find it now. I just dropped it somewhere. I had an eye cut. What did I do with it? I got a mess on my table. I've been working so much. I just haven't had time to do my cleanups. And I am going to get on that this fall. I have to get this room to where it's really nice and I can really work. A lot of the reasons why I'm always so... Where the heck did I put that thing? Anyway, I had an eye cut that I took from the screen. I sized my sculpture is the exact same size on that screen. As you see here, they're the exact same size. And what I did was I did an eye cut out just to see how close I was. My eye cuts are just a little bit different in shape. Not much. I mean, it's so minor. It's not funny. It's really, really close to those eye cuts. But this is what I'm shooting for. And I'm going to keep working on this thing until I feel I can't do anything more to it. And I'm happy with what my rendition and my version of Michael Myers is. And hopefully you guys like the mask when it's all said and done. Once I do the eyebrows on this thing and get everything, get the ear finished, I got to finish this ear. I'm going to cut the ear back on the top and then protrude it out just a little bit more on the base, on the bottom where the earlobe is. That's going to come out just a little bit, but not much. It'll actually look more like this one over here when I'm done. I just had to make the round. What happened was when I demolded this, I'll turn this. Hang on one second. Putting the phone down for a second so I can pivot this thing, turn it. Okay. All right. What happened was when I demolded this sculpture, when I pulled the front half off, it literally flattened the top of my ear almost, and it was a little deformed. So I think what I'm going to do is I rounded it back out, but now I got to carve this all out, and I got to tuck that top in further. It's got to go back in further, and you know, fix this ear to make it look right. It just didn't quite look that right. And look at all the little bumps in here. See all this little imperfections? I got to smooth all that out. This is all got to be, I want it right. I want it as close to perfect as I can possibly make it, and then I'm going to go from there. But this is it. This is the NightCreeper. This is what it's going to be. Let me spin this back again. Hang on. And how I look at things is I have my little light that I kind of go up, down, look at the shapes, make sure the shapes are on, you know, the ear, the lips. It's too bright from back there, but everything's pretty much, and I'm always casting shadow over things so I can see how it's supposed to, how it looks with the light. I can't really move the upper lights. I have these big ceiling lights in here that are, you need a mobile light to constantly move and see your imperfections and where it needs to be sculpted a little better. To smooth it out, you know, once you have everything smooth, then you can go into texturing, you know, but after it's smooth. Shout out to my man, Nick Malpagano. If it wasn't for watching your videos on doing the Michael Myers, I don't think I would have ever gone out to and done this. And by the way, Nick, I am going to, as a matter of fact, as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to fill the stone mold with some latex, and I'm going to do a pool. I'm probably not going to send it out until sometime next week, because I want to make sure the mask is pretty cured before it comes to you, because you'll be getting this version of the mask, you know, And I want your criticism. I love your criticism. Are you kidding me? Getting it from the best. I think he's the best Michael Myers mask maker out there, and total respect for him. And I'll tell you something. One of these days, I'm going to purchase one of his masks. You know, it's just haven't had the time or the finances in place to do it. You know, and his masks are definitely worth every penny. So I just I want to get one of his. I think I want to get the what you call it. What was that one? Damn it! I looked at several of them on your website, and I got to go back to it and look at it. It's been a while. But when I'm ready to buy it, I'm going to buy one. And anyway, like I said, just saying hello out there to Nick, and thank you so much, sir, for all your support and all you have done for the community of Michael Myers mask makers. You are you're the guy. You're the guy when it comes to Michael Myers, I think. Yeah, I don't think there's, I mean, I've looked around so many years, over the years, and I think that your masks represent the best versions of the mask out there. I know I'm looking at a Ken Hartland right now, but that's not the reason why I'm not looking at yours. It's because there's that one little thing that's on his mask that I didn't see on anybody else's, and that's that cheek sunken in right over here just a little bit. Anyway, like I said, I want to say thank you to everybody out there that's been leaving their comments and joining my YouTube channel and subscribing, and pass the word around. I love this. I really do. If I had life to start all over again, I would have become a mask maker, but that's not the way my life went. So it is what it is. It's never too late until you're dead. That's for sure. So I'm almost 60, and I'm going to do this in my retirement. So those who love my mask, get them while I'm alive. When I'm dead, maybe there will be worth something. I don't know. Isn't that the way art is? Anybody that dies, their mask becomes valuable. That's so funny. But that's reality. Anyway, peace, guys. Have a great day. Great weekend. Enjoy the rest of it. Bye.